Okay, welcome to Lloyd's Future Set Business Leadership Conversations, and I'm really excited today to have Jen Jordan-Safey with me, who is the CEO of the Sustainable Markets Initiative. So Jen, can you just give us 2-3 minutes on SMI and what it's all about?
Absolutely. So the Sustainable Markets Initiative was founded by His Majesty King Charles in 2020 at Davos, and it's really about bringing industries together with finance and with countries. And we've grown since 2020 into over 20 different industry task forces, which also include finance task forces. And we have country councils in China, India, Brazil, and now in Africa. So the real opportunity here is that we see ourselves as the go-to private sector organization on transition towards a sustainable future. We're CEO-led, so that's sort of a unique value proposition that we have. And what we're trying to do is reach out around the world, industry by industry, to really catalyze and accelerate the change that we need to see.
So what you realised and the King realised and people don't realise is CEOs don't meet each other. It's rare that they ever connect, so it's such an opportunity, hugely valuable.
Yes, and that's really an amazing dynamic that we do have, is that the learning opportunity that there is, the support for the moral courage that's required to be a leader on an issue like climate, where here at COP28, for example, we don't always have the private sector at the table, but we need to bring more private sector leaders there, and the SMI is sort of those group of CEOs that are the coalition and willing to do it.
So, having taken on the unenviable task of being CEO, which is a hell of a job, what do you see as your priorities as you look out and look forward? What would you like when you look back to say that was absolutely what I wanted to achieve?
Yeah, for me is the importance of recognizing this transition has to be truly global. Our markets are globally connected, our supply chains are globally connected, and I think for me it's not just talking, it's not just making commitments, which I think in the past few years has been wonderful just to see that the private sector has rallied around the issue of climate change, but I think increasingly the opportunity is to demonstrate delivery, and we're already delivering, and we need to tell that story better. So for me in 2024 we need to be focusing on our story, telling about what each company is doing, to be brave enough to tell you, because a lot of companies may not feel brave enough to put their stories out there, but it is time, because that's the only way that we're going to encourage other change.
You and I were chatting before we came in, and just I think of SMI and the COPs we've been through, it just feels different here. It just there's less anxiety in the room, and there's just more of a sense of purpose. Do you feel that as well?
Absolutely, and again, it's sort of been a journey. Is that first we needed to understand what was needed, and then the next journey is we need to bring more people together, and then now it's really focusing on how can we do things together, and that's what this COP is really about. We know that we have a place at the table. We need to sort of sit there and work with others, and we're really seeing that level of energy here.
Because you really made a difference here for COP, didn't you? Because UAE COP28 is the Business and Philanthropy Climate Forum, and SMI's got such a leadership profile and role in that. I mean, that's got to make a difference, hasn't it, if we can bring the private sector properly into this conversation?
Absolutely. Our ambition is to ensure that the message is very clear that we as the private sector want to be here at COP every year, at least until 2030, so that we can demonstrate results and also hold the mirror of accountability up against ourselves. We're not afraid of that. We are doing real things. We want to be held accountable, and we want to do more every year to deliver on our global goals.
Do you get a sense that that's happening? Do you feel confident that?
I do.
Good.
I do.
I think you should. You should. It's interesting, isn't it, that the number of conversations wearing an SMI hat that we find ourselves involved in, including with government, and we've seen it here, haven't we, which is hugely valuable.
Absolutely. I think the key thing is making sure that where we are encountering barriers or we see game changers, we need to communicate those things to governments to create the enabling environment required for acceleration, because we cannot be incremental anymore. We have to take big leaps forward, and the only way is if the road is clear, and that's what we're here to tell governments to do.
I'm going to let Jen go. She's got an awful lot to do over these few days that we're actually in Dubai. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you, John.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.